Instead of open propaganda, the Kremlin has relied on guerrilla methods to reach foreign audiences. Networks of Telegram channels, pro-Russian bloggers and websites. According to Novaya Gazeta Europe, the audience of pro-Kremlin propagandists on Telegram abroad has doubled since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
All of them spread Russian propagandists' narratives. Among the 100 most quoted resources of these channels, we found 12 war correspondents, politicians and media from Russia. In 2024, we were able to detect almost 800 pro-Russian channels in the foreign segment of Telegram. They support Putin, pick up Kremlin conspiracy theories and translate reports from Donbass into dozens of languages, from the publication of Novaya Gazeta Europe.
Of all the EU countries, Germany has the largest number of pro-Russian channels, almost 125 media outlets and bloggers.
The tactic of Russian propaganda is to fill the entire information space with its narratives, using any possible platforms. The ultimate goal of such channels is not so much to influence people directly, but rather to get their narratives into the mainstream media, and thus to reach a legitimate level. Anton Shekhovtsov, professor at Central European University, in an interview with Novaya Gazeta Europe.
Russian propaganda is particularly eager to speculate on the subject of migrants. Mass riots have been going on in the UK for more than a week now. The reason for the protest was the murder of 3 girls aged 6 to 9 years old in the Southport. The suspect is Axel Rudakubana. He was born in Cardiff in 2006 to Rwandan parents and has lived in the UK all his life. So what does this have to do with the migrants? The thing is that immediately after the news about the attack on children, Channel 3 now published a report that the killer is allegedly a Muslim, a refugee, Ali al-Sahati. The statement got 27 million views.
And now for the most interesting part. A number of Channel 3, now social media platforms, were launched and maintained by Russians. For example, the YouTube channel for Channel 3 now was launched by a native of Ijevsk. Its domain itself was registered in Lithuania by Pakistani citizens. After the riots began, Channel 3 now apologized for publishing false information. But at the moment, the provoked and promoted chaos could not be stopped, and nobody was interested in apologies of the fake news aggregator. Alexander Kovalenko, military and political observer of the Information Resistance Group on Telegram.
This is Moscow's signature style, like espionage and sabotage. Russia is one of the few countries trying to spy in Ireland. The head of the Security and Intelligence Bureau has said Russian Federation supports extremist groups and also tries to obtain classified data.
We have an obligation to investigate and counter threats from hostile states, which includes espionage within a state. We are committed to tracking specific threats. Russia is one of those countries in which we are interested. Michael McElgon, head of the Security and Intelligence Bureau of the National Police of Ireland, in an interview to RTE Radio 1.
A Russian trace was also seen in the recent sabotage on the railway in France on the opening day of the Olympics. 3 high-speed train lines were disrupted due to arson and interference with railway service. The infrastructure of Ukraine's allies is an area of special interest for Moscow, experts say.
Naturally, as practice shows, the Russians are most interested in countering the supply of weapons to Ukraine. So they are primarily interested in railway infrastructure, maritime infrastructure, aviation, within the framework of which they use cyber attacks. This is a large military infrastructure, and we remember the sabotage of military facilities in Germany. Russians have a rich experience in terrorism in the literal sense of that word, with the implementation of mass terrorist attacks.
French President Emmanuel Macron spoke about the preparation of terrorist attacks during the Olympic Games back in April 2024. He said he had no doubt that Russia would try to disrupt the Olympics. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.